Where in the heck is he? I know he's there. There he is. Okay, the moose are here. Yes. We're back here on the Hunter Call of the Wild, and today we're going to be looking at my moose grind in Layton Lakes. This is my first moose grind not in Medved. I currently have 6 moose great ones. They've all come off of Medved. Medved has been very, very kind to me, and a super rare max weight diamond albino moose. But it is time to take the grind to a different map. Now, I'm only 250 kills into this grind right now, and so far the map is almost completely shot down. It happens really fast here in Layton, and there are an insane amount of solo zones here, but they're actually not that difficult to take care of. So in today's video, I am going to share with you how I take care of my solo zones, because they are a definite pain in the butt, and we are going to go through some things that I have learned so far from doing this grind in Layton Lakes. And we are going to have a look at the trophies that have spawned so far and the trophies that are on the map. Now, the first thing I'm going to recommend when you are setting up for a grind, if possible, is to find a friend to help you to do it. And when they do a grind, go over and help them on their map. It's so much easier when you have 2 people working on a map. And a huge shout out to LadyLegendXO. He's a good friend of mine and one of my moderators who has helped me an insane amount on my grind here in Layton Lakes. And he did help me a lot with my bear grind as well. Now, if you are looking for someone to help you on your grind, there is always people looking for friends to play with in my Discord or any Discord. There is a channel in the Official Hunters Discord for that as well. And I will leave the link to that in the description below. Guys, let me know in the comments what your dream Great One Moose would be. And somewhere in the video, I am going to share a key phrase. Drop that in the comments for your chance to be featured in a video. We choose one winner each month. And if you are on console, then it would be a voice chat also included in a video. And we're going to head right into it. So the first thing you want to do when you are setting up any grind is find all of your drink zones. Now here in Layton, for moose, I have 111 drink zones. And if you can believe it, this is the least amount of zones for moose for any map. Layton has the smallest population. If you head over to the New England mountains, that number goes up to over 200 drink zones for moose. That is a lot of drink zones, no thank you. And here in Layton, like 80%, something like that, are solo zones. It actually is impossible to set up here in Layton on 16 zones that have 2 bulls and 2 females. There just isn't 16 zones. Now, when you are running around Layton looking for your moose zones, you definitely want to set up on them as soon as you find the good ones, because here in Layton, there are not a lot of herd zones. And finding a zone with 2 bulls and 2 females, which is the optimal zone, they're not easy to find. In fact, there are less than 16 herd zones with 2 males and 2 females on this map for moose. So when you find one, no matter what's in it, you want to set up on that zone. Even if there are 2 tiny level 2 moose standing there, that can be changed, but the numbers on the need zone indicators, they are not going to change. And just because you find a zone that has 2 bulls and 2 females in it, that does not necessarily mean that it is a good zone to set up on. What you want to do before you even shoot them is run over there and check their need zone indicator. Let's go do that right now. Okay, yeah, we're gonna spook them out. There they go. We didn't get murdered there, so we did pretty good. Now, this is a need zone indicator for moose. Now, when you pick one up, you want it to say 4. Oftentimes, when you find a zone with 4 in it, you may come over here and find a 3. And what that means is one of the moose is in a solo zone attached to a herd zone. So when you shoot that solo zone, it is not going to respawn here. So the next time you come here after you have shot 2 bulls out of this zone, if the 2 bulls that you shot happen to come from the zone of 3, then that zone is never going to get respawns. And if one of those happen to be a solo zone, that zone will delete and you will come back to only 3 moose there. Those you definitely want to be exterior zones, because you want to be taking down 2 bulls at every zone. Taking down 1 is just going to really slow down your grind. Now, another really good piece of advice is when you have 2 zones that are within 300 meters of each other, you definitely want to set up on them, if possible, if they are good herd zones, because what you can do is spawn into one of those zones, shoot across at this zone. See, we have moose over there. Then when I go over there to pick up the bodies, the moose over here will spawn in and I can shoot back and then fast travel back to my pickup tent and pick them up. So that is very convenient. That is a good way to set up if possible. possible. Another area you definitely want to check is the secret hidden lake. It's right here above Renaki Lake. I have 2 moose zones here and a whitetail zone, and I was set up there, but they are shot down, so I pulled my tent from there. But you definitely want to check that area, and you might not think of it because there is no water there. Now, one thing I can say for doing the grind here in Layton is that it shoots down really quickly if you are using herd management. I'm only at 252 kills and my map is almost completely shot down. That is really, really fast. Now, luckily, they're only found on the left half of the map, so that makes managing your zones a lot easier. So this is a very interesting area. So all of these are moose zones except for this zone right here. And when I first came down here, all of these zones had 2 bulls and 2 females. But when you went to check their need zone indicators, they all had 3 moose in 1 herd zone and 1 solo attached to that drink zone. So now that I have shot at them, each of these zones has only 3 moose. Most of them have 2 females and 1 bull. So because of that, I have shot them down because I don't want to be grinding on a zone that I can only shoot 1 animal. Because you got to remember, anytime you shoot a zone down to 1 animal, that zone essentially breaks. It will never get respawns ever again. So that zone is essentially broken and you can definitely not grind it anymore. How you doing, Whitetail? What's going on? Don't worry, I'm not here for you today. Maybe another day, but not today. So this zone was shot down. We have a little 2 there. This zone over here, I actually had a big rack level 5 that scored over 300 spawn into this zone. Let's have a look at that right now. Now I spawned a level 5 big rack, but he's kind of in an exterior zone, and I know I should probably shoot him, but I don't want to. Oh, probably. Okay, I'll shoot him. We'll shoot the big one. We're spawning a lot of diamonds, Scorpio. The grind's going pretty great. Okay, there he is. 268 to 322. He's gonna be around 300. And then, oh yeah, I shot a big solo. And he hasn't come back yet. I don't know what happened to his respawn, but I'm still getting respawn, and that's shot down. And over there he is, a level 2. Beautiful. So I need to shoot this guy down, and then I need to shoot that zone down. 300 meters. Okay, we're just gonna take it. That better be a good shot. I don't see why it would be. It is. Yes. Okay, we're gonna have to run over there, unfortunately, but I'm gonna watch him till he drops, and then I can put a marker on where he is. If I can see him. I think he probably is down. So, that's where we're going. Okay, look at that one. Beautiful, 300.42. He is a beast. I gotta taxi that. That's just... Okay, that's our first diamond of the grind. So he was a pretty nice one, and that is the only diamond that we have shot so far in this grind, because all of the other ones we are stacking, and we will have a look at those as well. And there's the other zone back there with another tiny level 2 in it. So that all shot down almost instantly. Now let's talk about solo zones. Solo zones are a gigantic pain in the butt. A solo zone is just what it sounds like. It's a zone with 1 animal in it. Okay, so this is a solo zone right here. We have 1 bull moose, and he is pretty small, but he's right around the border of whether or not you want to shoot him. I would shoot this down, and I do plan to. There are actually 2 different ways you can take care of solos, and I'm going to share them both with you. So what we have been doing is when we find a herd zone, which is a good one we want to set up on with 2 bulls and 2 females, that has a small bull in it on a fresh game startup, meaning you haven't shot anything, nothing is in respawn heaven. You go over and you shoot the solo. So this would be a big solo. I would say a medium size 3 and above. Anything smaller than that in a solo, just leave them. And you could actually leave this size on the map if you want. It all depends on how finely you want to tune your herd management. So you shoot the bull, then you go to your herd zone and shoot the smallest male that you can find. And there is a 50-50 chance that they will swap zones. Their respawns will. Then you pick them both up, leave the map, come back, and try to re-find that zone. Now, the solo zone could attach itself to another herd zone, in which case you won't have another zone to find, or it could just show up anywhere on the map on its own. But you'll know if they swapped by going to the herd zone and seeing if its respawn is big or small. If you have a big respawn, then there is a good chance that they did swap zones. And for me, they have been swapping on the first try just about every single time. game. It's been really easy to shoot down. Now, the other way you can do this is by stacking a bunch of diamonds first. The reason you want to stack diamonds before shooting your solos is because having those stacked diamonds on the map is going to cause you to have small respawns. The game looks at what's going on the map, sees that there are a bunch of big moose, and wants to compensate and balance things out by giving you small respawns. So that is what helps you to shoot down your zones faster. So if you wait until you have your diamonds stacked, there is just going to be a much greater chance at getting a small respawn. Even just by shooting your solos and not trying to swap them with a herd zone, there is a greater chance that they will come back smaller when you do this with diamonds stacked. Now, I do have a bunch of diamonds stacked, so I'm kind of doing it both ways, but it has been working for me, so a lot of my solos are now shot down, which is amazing, because no one likes to go and look for more zones. Now, I want to show you the two bad boys that spawned into this zone. This is a sweet zone. Look at this. We have a monster level 4, starts at 273. Now, he may actually not make diamond, even though he starts at 273, but he is a big one. And then we have a level 5, and he may be a troll as well. I'm not sure if these are diamonds. It's hard to say, but even if they're not, they're still good to stack. I love moose. I just love moose. Moose are my favorite species in the entire game. But I'd love to know what your favorite species to hunt is. Let me know in the comments below. Now, so far we have 2 rares. The very first rare was the super troll that I wasn't even grinding. I actually found him while making a video. I found him in a feed zone, and he unfortunately did not make diamond. He scored 260. So that was the very first moose we shot, and then from there I decided to set up the moose grind here in Layton, and we spawned this guy. Let's have a look at him. African wild dogs. There it is! Oh, and look at this guy, 201 to 255. He is a beauty. This is a pretty sweet zone. Okay, now it's ironic because this is, I think, my 4th piebald moose that's gonna score 217. I have 3 of these from Medved, and I shot thousands and I shot over 10,000 moose in Medved. I spawned 6 great ones, and the biggest piebald that I could get was a 217. I got 3 of them, and then I got everything else was smaller than that. And then I come over here to Layton, and I literally find a level 5 piebald on my map. It's crazy. I can't make this stuff up. Unfortunately, it was not a diamond. Lift your noggin. I really don't want to mess him up like a heart shot. Okay, we're gonna go for it. I missed the heart. Oh no, I didn't! Did I get the big guy? I didn't get to spot him. No! I don't see 2 vital blood splatters. Maybe I didn't get the other one. I don't think I did. Oh well, we'll come back and get him after. This one's the most important one. And he is very, very pretty. Look at that! And we got a heart shot. 217.48. They do. They score right at the bottom. So if you do spawn a piebald moose, just look at his estimate. He's going to score right at the bottom. But seeing as he's our first grinded out rare, the other one was on the map. I just got lucky. So we're going to taxi him. That's our first piebald. Now, when you're looking at the map, where you will find zones, basically where you need to look is if I were to draw a line, it would go up and around right through here. I do have moose at this little lake. It would go up and split South Lake right through the middle. I have about 5 zones on the left side here, and they are mostly solos with either females or tiny 2s in them. They actually just spawned that way. Then it would go up and around and go up all the way up to the top there. Now, this lake in the nosebleed section, luckily, I do not have any moose there. I take it back. I do have moose there. I don't have any good moose there, but you do definitely need to check there because we may not have the same zones. There's no guarantee that my zones will be the same as yours. They, in fact, will definitely be different, but they will be similar. So because there weren't 16 good herd zones to set up on, everything shut down really quickly, and I was able to put pickup tents almost right from the start. And when you have pickup tents, your grind is just going to go twice as fast because you don't have to run all the way over there at every single zone to pick up your moose. So I love having pickup tents. Now, you always want to carry tents with you when you are doing the moose grind, even when you are down to just grinding on your main 8 shooting zones, and that is because of beavers. Beavers are going to knock your tents over, and if you have tents on you, then you can just replace them and it's no problem. But when you don't have tents on you and you have to run and get them and run back and put your tent back, it just wastes a pile of time. So you definitely want to carry tents with you throughout the grind. And we do have this one lonely female piebald, and right now that is the only rare on the map. She is beautiful though. She'd look way more beautiful with like a 300 plus rack on her head, but we will keep shooting and you never know, maybe that'll spawn down the road. That would be amazing. Now I have a few more solos to shoot down, and then I am going to shoot all of the stacked diamond potential moose on the map, and I am going to shoot them live, and I do plan to do that sometime next week. But let's have a look at the monster moose that I have stacked so far. So far we have this level 5, 221 to 275. There's a good chance he won't make it, but he is stunning. And then we have this beauty. He is a level 4, 250 to 304, and I do think this one is gonna make diamond. Dude, turn for us, come on. Yeah, he is a beauty. I really do think he's gonna make it. And then we have another level 4. This guy starts at 274 to 328. So I think this level 4 is gonna make diamond as well. I mean, it is possible for him to not make diamond if he scored right at the bottom, but that would be pretty mean. But it wouldn't be the first time. But I'm getting some pretty nice level 4s, that is for sure. And it is after 1600. Let's change the time. Now you always want to be changing time in the tent because it is 25% cheaper than saving the time in any outpost. And they are back. I just love moose. I just love them. I love diamonds that look like diamonds, just looking at them without having to look at what level they are. And then this zone with the 2 big boys in it. And then we have this level 5 and this level 4. Not sure how they're gonna score, but those are the big boys we have on the map right now. And we did shoot that one 300 plus diamond so far. So that's pretty good for 250 kills. Not bad at all. So I am very excited to see my first Layton Great One Moose show up on the map. I am looking for a big rack or a split rack. Currently, I have 6 Moose Great Ones, and I will show them to you. So this was my first Moose Great One. He is a common with the quad rack, and then my second was a common with the spider rack. You're going to see a lot of spider racks in here. And then this is a 265 albino bull, and up until my super rare spawned, he was my favorite rare in the entire game. I got teary when he spawned. I was so excited. He is stunning, absolutely stunning. Then I have my 2 Great One black bears. This is my 3rd Great One moose, last April 2023. Yes, and then this guy spawned in May, and 2,700 kills later, I got the exact same Great One, rack and fur. Talk about the game being mean. 2,700 kills to get the exact same Great One. And then 36 kills later, the game decided to be nice to me, and this guy spawned, and that combo is really beautiful. And that is our last Moose Great One to spawn, but this guy spawned on April the 14th, and I still can't believe this is in my lodge. This is a 300 plus diamond albino moose with the big rack. I can't believe it. So, what I really want is a big rack and a split rack Great One, and I do want every fur for the Great One moose, and right now I only have 2. I have ashen twice, and I have birch twice, and I have common twice. So, we definitely have a lot more moose to shoot, but before I finish the video, let me show you something else that happened. So, a couple days after recording this video, I didn't get it out right away, and I didn't think there was an urgency, but apparently there was. I was out here checking my exteriors for the last time because I was planning to shoot all those diamond potential moose on the next live stream, and man, they are hiding today. Do you see those red tips sticking up? Do you see them? There, it's moving. Do you see it? I'm gonna have to get closer. Where in the heck is he? I know he's there. There he is. There he is. That is what I spotted. Already 370 kills. That is the shortest grind that I have done in quite a while. My last few Great Ones took me thousands of kills. We finally got a short grind, and this is my first Great One in Layton Lakes. Now I know you can't really see it. Hopefully he's gonna step out here, but he is a speckled. There he is. Isn't he stunning? So we are going to shoot him on the next moose stream, which is going to be Monday, May the 6th, and the stream is going to start at 7 p.m. We're going to shoot him around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He is alert. He's about to spook. We're gonna watch him spook because he's not gonna be on the map for too much longer. Oh, he is so cool. I'm not gonna lie. 5 spider racks is a bit much. Out of 7 Great One moose, 5 are spider racks. That's kind of hilarious. So it might take me a very long time to get the big rack and the split rack that I'm looking for. And there he goes. Now I could just watch him walk off. He is so beautiful. beautiful. So that happened very, very quickly. I hope today's video does help you to put a great one moose in your lodge from Layton Lakes, and thank you guys so much for watching.